If you want your WooCommerce store to actually feel user-friendly, you need proper product filtering. But if you've tried building it with default WooCommerce, you've probably run into its limitations. And the moment you need anything beyond the basics, questions start piling up. Filtering by categories, attributes like size or color, stock status, combining multiple conditions, and at some point it's not even clear why things stop working. So instead of trying to patch all of this together, let's use a tool that's actually built for filtering. Hey, my name is Andrew, and today I'll show you how to build WooCommerce product filters using JetSmartFilters. JetSmartFilters plugin lets you build advanced filters for your products and actually control how they work. You can filter products by all the typical things: price, categories, attributes like size or color, but also gives you different ways to display those filters: selects, checkboxes, ranges, search, and most importantly, they're flexible. You can combine them, control how they behave, and really shape the filtering experience. And if you use them with JetEngine, you can take it even further. Create custom fields, build advanced queries, and tailor everything exactly to your store. The plugin works with Elementor, Bricks, and Divi, and also has its own lightweight builder if you want to keep things simple. But in this video, I'll show everything using Elementor and WooBuilder, an add-on that makes working with WooCommerce much easier. So I've already set up a simple shop, added a few products with prices, categories, and variations like size and color, and created a basic shop template with a product grid. I'm using WooBuilder here just to quickly handle the layout. You can find a full guide in the description if you want to explore it. Now let's start with something simple: filtering products by price. First, go to JetSmartFilters and add a new filter. Give it a name. This is what we'll use later to connect it to the front end. For price, we'll use a range filter, so users can select a minimum and maximum value. Alternatively, you could use a check range filter if you want to offer predefined price ranges. For the range, we can automatically pull the minimum and maximum values. Just select WooCommerce min max prices here. You can also fine-tune things like step, decimals, or add prefixes and suffixes if needed, and optionally enable inputs so users can type values manually. Next, we need to tell the filter what data to filter. That's done through the query variable, basically the field where the price is stored. Instead of typing it manually, you can select it from the dynamic options, in this case WooCommerce product price. You can also set labels for the filter and for active filters shown on the front end. Save the filter. Now let's connect it on the front end. Add a range filter widget next to your products. Then select the filter we just created. And most importantly, choose what this filter should affect. In this case, it's the WooBuilder products grid, since that's where our products are displayed. If you're using a default WooCommerce archive instead, you would select that option here. And the same applies if you're using a listing grid from JetEngine. Just select it as the provider and the filters will work exactly the same way. You can also control how the filter is applied. For example, AJAX will update results instantly without reloading the page. And now it's already working. Now let's filter products by categories. In my case, I have both categories and subcategories, but the setup is exactly the same either way. So now make sure your products are assigned to categories. Then go to JetSmartFilters and add a new filter. For this, we'll use a checkboxes list so users can select one or multiple categories. As a data source, choose taxonomies, and for taxonomy, product categories. For multiple selections, we'll use the union operator, meaning products from any selected category will be shown. Since we have subcategories, I'll enable group terms by parents and collapsible, just for a cleaner structure. And we leave checkbox meta field disabled, because categories are standard taxonomies not stored as custom checkbox fields. Save the filter. Then on the page, add a checkboxes filter widget, select the filter we made, and connect it to your products grid, just like we did before. And now we can filter products by categories and subcategories. Now let's move to attributes, like size and color. In my case, some products have variations based on these attributes. And here's the key idea: attributes are also taxonomies, just like categories. So filtering them works the same way. Also, there is an option in the JetSmartFilters settings to hide out-of-stock variations in filter results. So when enabled, the filter will only consider available variations. Now back to filters. We can use different types here: select, radio, visual, but for consistency I'll use a checkboxes list. As a data source, again choose taxonomies. And this time, instead of product categories, select a previously created attribute, for example product color. The rest of the settings are exactly the same as we used for categories. Then add the filter to the page and connect it to the product grid, same as before. And now we can filter products by attributes to find different types of the same product. And of course, you can also create multiple filters for different product attributes and combine them together. Now let's filter products by stock status. For this, we'll use WooCommerce's internal values. Create a new filter, and this time we'll use a radio filter, since users usually select just one option. Set the data source to manual input. Now we need to define the actual values WooCommerce uses internally. To get them, you can open any product, go to Inventory tab, and inspect the stock status field. In the code, you'll find values like in stock and out of stock stored in WooCommerce field for the information about products availability. These are the values we need. Back in the filter, add them as option values and create clear labels for in stock and out of stock products. And for the query variable, use stock status WooCommerce field name. Then connect the filter to your products grid, same as before, and now you can filter products by availability. Just like the price and availability, WooCommerce has some more standard fields that the products can be grouped by. But sometimes that's just not enough, as they cannot cover every type of information you might want to add to your products. And this is where JetEngine comes in. It lets you create your own custom fields and then use them in filters. To do that, go to JetEngine, Meta Boxes, and add a new one. Set it to WooCommerce product data or product variations if you need variation-specific info. For example, let's add a select field like condition, with options new and used. Now, if we open a product, we'll see this field inside product data, and we can set different values for each product. Now we can use this field in a filter, so create a new select filter. Set the data source to custom fields and use the field name as the key. Then connect it to the page, same as before. And now we can filter products based on custom information, so you're not limited to default WooCommerce fields anymore. Finally, we can add a search filter. And when combined with other filters, it helps refine results even further. Create a new filter and choose Search as a type. Here you can choose how the search works. Default WordPress search will look through standard fields, like product titles. Or you can search by custom fields, like the ones we created before. You can even target multiple fields at once. And unlike the general site search, this works only within the current filtered results. So instead of searching everything on the site, it helps narrow down what's already selected. Add the search filter widget to the page and connect it to your products grid, same as before. And now users can quickly find exactly what they need within filtered products. Before we wrap up, here are a few quick UX tips. Try to use different types of filters for their best use cases. For example, visual filters are great whenever possible, with colors especially showing actual swatches instead of the text that makes a big difference and feels much more natural to use. It's also important to combine filters logically. Key filters like category, size, and price should be grouped together to help users quickly narrow down results. You can also enable the indexer. It shows how many products match each filter option and updates dynamically, making it much easier for users to understand what's available before clicking. And whenever possible, make sure options that don't return any results are hidden. This helps avoid confusion and keeps the interface clean. You also have other useful filters here. For example, rating filters for reviews, radio filters when you have just a few clear options, and select filters when the list gets longer and you want to save space. Also date filters for things like bookings or time-based products. And if you need even more control, you can build advanced filtering logic using queries from JetEngine, like combining taxonomy and meta fields, or customizing how result products are ordered. But that's a topic for another video. Now let's see everything working together. So that's how you build flexible WooCommerce product filters with JetSmartFilters. If you want to go further with more advanced filtering logic and more setups like this, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next videos. And if you found this helpful, feel free to leave a like. It really helps the channel. Also, post your questions or ideas for future tutorials in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.